Back on the show.
Hey, if you had to go and didn't go during the break, brother, you're in trouble.
I'm in trouble. I'm going to get to sit here. We were talking about some interesting stuff during the break. If any of you are having problems getting the show out there, obviously those of you watching it wouldn't be having problems. Just basically, if your friends are having issues, this stuff all runs best on a real computer. That's a PC, not a Mac. A Mac is an industrial exercise in art. It's not a computer.
Right.
Keep that in mind for yourself. That the cure for all your Mac problems can be solved for $500. It's called go down to Best Buy and buy a real computer.
Get yourself a Dell.
Take that beautiful piece of art, industrial art, and put it in your living room. So people can stare at it and go, God, you are such a hip dude. You bought a Mac. But let me tell you, ain't shit gonna work on that thing, man. You got to buy a PC, and that's all there is to it. You buy a PC, all this stuff will work. So anyway, and as far as getting one of those weird browsers, like I got to use Outer Lulu Fox with a double, some weird ass piece of software.
Forward stroke dash W.
Buy a Linux. Don't you use Internet Explorer? Here's a clue. I know this is bizarre. They built the operating system for your computer. They built the browser. Why don't you use them? They're free. Hey. Anyway, now I'm going to get all this Mac stuff from all these people going, the Macs are really what art people use. You wouldn't understand because
Good, because you wouldn't understand a fucking motorcycle.
Yeah.
So,
we like that.
I think we just dropped a piano on them. What do you think, Warren?
I think we got it there. Anyway, we were going to talk. We're talking along. What's our schedule? We're doing really good here tonight. Actually, we're not. We're way out of schedule as usual. But that's what happens here at KickStartTV because it's kind of casual deal.
Well, when you got live TV going on, this is what you hear the old timers. The old timers, the early days of television. Gary Moore and remember George Goebel. Remember that guy?
Yep.
Lonesome George Goebel.
And they would put him on TV, man, and they do all this live stuff. And there was all kinds of junk that used to happen on live TV, and that's what we're experiencing with the internet.
That's right.
Is just
animals would piss on the set.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff would happen. It's just that's what we're dealing with here is animals pissing on the set. Unfortunately, they're pissing on the.
And it wasn't me. I'm telling you now, I'm absolved of all
pissing.
Accountability from the beginning of time
to now.
To present.
But right from now on, you're taking responsibility, right?
I've taken responsibility.
All right, good. Speaking of responsibility, I had a great segue there.
Go on.
Okay. Speaking of responsibility, it's our responsibility as journalists to respond when we receive informed criticism of our artistic renderings.
Good God.
Yeah, that was a mouthful.
Where did that come
shit,
from?
Anyway, here's the deal. A couple of episodes ago, because they are episodes like Batman and Robin.
Oh, boy.
It's like a couple of episodes ago, we did a piece on this fine magazine, Chopperhead. Now, and we told it pretty much the way we felt about the magazine, that we absolutely love the bikes. I mean, I was looking here during this break, and I was looking at this picture. I'll just pass it over to you because, we can do that kind of thing. Hang on a sec. There's a picture in here that is just, it's so cool. It's unbelievable. Anyway, it's a panhead, and it's got it's all cool stuff. And every single bike in this magazine is like an excellent piece of iron. Yeah, there it is. Here, now look at this. Here, zoom in on the little man. Look at that. That is an ass-kicking, hardcore chopper. That is the right deal, the right beer. There ain't nothing wrong with that. It's a little dirty.
Warren.
What?
Warren, it's a shovelhead.
It's a shovelhead chopper.
You said panhead.
Oh, I just said panhead? I meant shovelhead. It's a shovelhead chopper.
I think you lost your head.
I've been thinking about head too much. No, anyway. Brunch. We need the drums. Anyway, so the bikes in this magazine are absolutely killer. Then we had a little issue with the music that they cover probably isn't the kind of stuff that Trash and I are going to have on our 8-tracks.
No.
And the hair salon business at the end, we were like, what?
Yeah.
So anyway, the editor wrote me.
Oh, well, this ought to be good.
No, actually,
this ought to be
he was a gentleman.
You're
Hi,
kidding.
Warren. No, I'm serious. Hi,
obviously, he wasn't. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna read it off to you.
Go ahead.
Hi, Warren. I loved your review of our magazine. We thought it was very entertaining. That's cool. How do we get a copy of the review? We would like to run it on our new online magazine site. That's cool. We'll give you. I wrote to him, said we'll send it to him, which will debut very soon. The only critique I have of your show is that it took so long to get to the review of Chopperhead, and you didn't talk about Chopperhead long enough. Peace out. Timothy Stevens, Chopperhead Magazine.
Don't send him the review.
I'm not going to send it to review.
He's going to use it against us.
He's not going to use it
He's
against us.
going to take us to court, and we're going down. It's all going to be over with. Don't take it to him.
This guy doesn't sound like the kind of take it to court, go down.
He's hiding in the grass.
He's putting pictures of cool-ass choppers in his magazine. This is not a take it to court kind of guy. Maybe he is. I don't know. You going to take us to court, man? I mean, really, I ain't got nothing to seize. I spent all the money on routers and DVD players.
You could send him that hat. Send him that hat.
We'll send him the hat.
Good Lord. That is an interesting piece, although that he enjoyed that, even though we were rather critical of some of the portions of his rag, which... that's our job.
Well, we were only critical of the parts that we didn't understand, which is anything that has big words in it. No, actually, we just didn't like the picture. The music, it was not our taste. And obviously some of the other things here were not our taste. But,
are you ready for this?
I mean, there's nothing wrong with pictures of like, cartoon boobs and stuff, man. I mean, that's, like, okay.
Well, the other thing is that one of the criticisms that we had about the magazine, and it's obviously very well done.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's not a cheap basement operation.
Oh.
But there are items in it which are incongruous with each other.
That's it. It's the incongruousness.
Incongruity.
Incongruity.
Still got it wrong, but I'll let it slide.
Okay, thanks. I'm running for president, by the way, because I got the words.
Anyway, I'm tickled to death to know that. Good Lord. I'm running for dictator.
You're going to run for dictator?
I want to be dictator for a month.
I didn't know there was a job.
There's a long list of folks that are going to be looking over their shoulder when I get this gig. I got
30 days. Right? 30. You know what I love about I love the president the last couple of days, and not this president, but
this is not a political show, ladies and gentlemen.
But every president, the last 30 days, they like abscond all these people of their guilt. They that's all they do is they sit around and go, oh yeah, not guilty, not guilty. Ooh, nail him to a wall. Not guilty, not guilty. Burn the motherfucker.
Wouldn't it be fun to have that kind of juice?
Wouldn't it be great to have those last 30 days? Nothing you do is going to matter because nobody's going to take you serious.
That's
you
right.
could say, attack Pakistan, and they'd all go, yeah, right.
Nobody has already taken you serious for the last 8 years.
Nobody's been taking you serious. You could be doing all this kind of stuff, and they wouldn't be taking. So you just get to sit there and go, let this guy go. These are the only guys who are going to be digging your action in the last 30 days.
That's right.
And it prisoners.
It would drive the whole last month of your presidency.
It would be fun.
Speaking of drive. There is a thing in these newer generation of Harley-Davidson motorcycles, which are known as twin cams. Yeah.
Okay, I was doing that.
Have you got DOT stamp on that?
No, it's not.
This could cost you.
We got to talk about the DOT.
Okay, we got
to talk about the DOT because
tonight
we did a deal. Well, I was going to tell about how I almost got pulled over with you behind me in the van and that whole shittery that happened that night with
the light thing or the lack of
lack of lights and all that.
Okay. Do we have to do that now when I'm trying to segue?
No, segue.
How come it's always my segment?
No, segue.
It's my segment that gets bagged for the week.
Speaking of herrings and gorillas,
we want to talk to you and answer an email that we got, a viewer mail that we got from a gentleman by the name of Rod. Now, we don't know. This possibly could have been an old friend of ours that was known as Odd Rod. But somehow I don't think so. This guy really has his act together.
He can write.
He's wanting to know about the cam drive system in the new twin cam motorcycles. Yeah, twin cam motors. And what the story is on replacing that, repairing it, the tensioning shoes, and things of that nature. So I took it upon myself to venture forth into the field with a camera crew.
This was cool, man.
Okay, and we contacted PhD Harley Wrench Steve Ruby, who I always immediately follow up by saying no relation. And we got a segment for him that we want you to see, and hopefully it answer Rod's question and anybody else out there might be wondering about your cam drive system. So let's roll that tape.